Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. And a jolly good afternoon and good morning, good evening to you all. Yes, it is I. And have a guess what? The live stream that I did the other day, yesterday actually. Unfortunately for you, that individual who gave me a thumbs down, I'm sorry. Oh shit, I forgot something. Be right back. 1 second. Yes, basically, I forgot the most important thing. Yes, Dr. Pepper. Right, anyway, hello everyone. Hi, Aussie Jen. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Mrs. Wright is right. Wait, what? Mrs. Wright is right. Oh, hello, Mrs. Wright. Welcome to the stream. Why have I got a funny feeling? Anyway, hi, Mama Joe. Right, yes, so basically, I'm not going to repeat the warning to people about watch step with me because I've already said that. There's so much I covered the other day, but today, I know this is late. I know this has already been discussed and been mentioned, but I want to go through this because I want to make absolutely sure I understand this shit. The other night when in my stream, I mentioned the fact that we went through the motion that Deuce Boy put in, and it turns out that I was smack bang on the dot. Hi, Marlene. I called it the other night. I called that motion was going to get dismissed. I called it, and have a guess what? I was right. I was right. I mean, you know, I need to start playing the lottery. I have to. I must. I need to. I think there's a necessity for me to play the lottery. One, because I can smell shit from a mile away, and two, you just can't make this shit up. Snowflower, welcome to the stream. Hi, good to see you again. So yeah, today's going to be a little bit. Unfortunately, my pretty is not here today this morning. She's probably still asleep in La La Land. Okay, and so therefore, okay, we are going to go back. We are going to come back to that. So therefore, we're going to go into film. Now, I've already had. Oh, Erica, hi. Lisa, good morning. Good afternoon. Hi, how you doing? So anyway, Kirby, hi. Welcome. Kirby Johnson. Nice to meet you. Again. Let's see if it works. Hang on a minute. Yes, it does. I'd like to send out a thanks to Luna for teaching me how to mute my mic. So yeah, good. Right. So there you go. Anyway, right. So, I mean, what else do I need to say and do to prove that most of the stuff I have actually brought up to the surface and mentioned and everything else is the fact that I've been right. When I challenged Bruce right at the beginning, and also not just Bruce but Shara and everyone else, the thing is with Shara, it's a different ball game. I noticed that, like, you know, there was stuff that she was doing and it just didn't make any sense. And I did the research and I said what I said. However, she's made me think about what I've said, and my apologies to her. That how can I put? I'm trying to find words to say. Look, I misjudged her. I didn't realize that Shara was going to turn out to be one of the nicest people ever. The fact that good morning, Amosgo. The fact that she actually decided to step up to the plate and then put out evidence and truth and facts, and these facts are damning to say the least. And the fact that she's the last video we watched, I know I'm repeating what I said the other night. I just want to catch up because like things went a bit oops. So the last live stream I had to close down because I made a mistake. I was editing it and it went poop. So yeah, oops. But she, she has shown not just myself but a lot of people that you know she was misled and she was taken advantage of and she was bullied richly. And we all know that Bruce, who's got a spine, apparently not, likes to bully women, but he like it when he can't handle the men. So that's quite interesting. Now, I commend Sarah for what she does. I really do commend her. And I'm not trying to kiss her backside or anything. I am stating facts of what my own observations, and she has taken that step, and she's had everything thrown at her, and she's handled it, and now she is a real trooper. She is a real soldier. Anyway, but the thing is, today what we're going to be discussing is stuff that's probably already been discussed, but I'm going to put it across in my own way because I called it the other night when I said that there's no way that that motion is going to go through, and the fact that the magistrate responded so quickly means that he's not fucking about. Pardon my French. He is definitely not messing about, and we're going to discuss that. We're going to come into that. But I just want to finish off with talking about Shara. Now, a lot of people are going to attack people, and I've noticed that over the last week or so that a lot of stuff has gone on about David Richards, aka Only Me, and I mean, like I said, I'm not going to get involved in the nitty gritty. But the fact that if he asks for a donation back, then he's allowed to have that back. The fact that they're playing and then he goes and donates again. But so I'm not going to get involved in that. That's entirely up to him. But what I would say is that anyone who is dumb enough or immature enough or stupid enough to hand anyone donations without any transparency. And like I've been saying from day one, I've been saying this for months before even others were saying it. There's no transparency. And now suddenly people are listening to what I'm saying and they're repeating what I'm saying. Okay. And at the end of the day, look, I get it. But a little bit of tap on, a PLB would be nice. I don't expect people to put me up for the Oscar, but I've been calling this from day one, ever since I've challenged Bruce. All right. Because transparency seems to be very, very frequent to non-existent with those idiots. Anyway, in regards to Shara, I really do commend her, and I think at the end of the day, she has the support. She will have my support, and anyone else who has a problem with Shara doing what she's doing, then you need to get a grip of yourself and realize that what she is showing is just confirming everything that's been said and shown. The amount of someone from whoever's putting these screenshots up, like the ones that My Pretty and I showed you the other day, the amount of screenshots that have appeared is phenomenal. And the fact that there's a pattern in the behavior of Lynette Preston, it just shows you that Lynette Preston definitely does need intervention. She definitely needs psychological evaluation, and she needs to talk to someone. I don't think she is fit. And I'm saying this from my own personal opinion and my own constructive critique and comment. I don't believe she is fit to be a mother. There, I've said it. What are you going to do about that? Freedom of speech. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's to the haters. Anyway, I would like to thank everybody who's here today. Thanks very much for popping in, and all the people sitting on the outside, all the trolls and listening in. Pay attention because you're going to learn something today. Because today, actual fact, give me 2 seconds. I need to go and make myself a coffee because I haven't had a coffee. So talk amongst yourselves. And Uh, Big Dirt, if I have to tell you one more time, you're going to be going to the back of the class. All right. Ozzy, leave Pole alone. Leave Lizard alone. Lizard, you go on. I'm watching you. And what actual fact, Lisa, keep an eye on these guys, will you? Right, I am back. So anyway, right. So there's But anyway, let's crack on. So obviously, my pretty is in Z World. Right, film review. Let's talk about some film, shall we? Very quickly. Fight nice. Oh, Nimrod's here. Behave yourself, guys. Right. You didn't do nothing, mate. Don't worry about it. Okay, so before I go into the film review, one second, I just need to do something here. Right. I've reposted in regards of the on the community page. I've reposted the film and game review requests, so you can go now put a comment in there. I do apologize for that. I'm still learning. Hi, Diana. So basically what we're going to do in a minute when we come to the news, so when we come to the questions and answers, we can then discuss more in detail about everything else, about Shara. There's not much I want to discuss about Shara. Shara is a fantastic lady, and she's doing the right thing, and I commend her for that. And the fact that there was threats made and stuff like that, which she dealt with that. We're already aware of that, and we should all support her. Okay. Now, if I believe that someone deserves support, then they should get that support. And like I, for one, want Shara to get that support. She's getting a lot of support from other people, but I do believe that she deserves, I must admit I do miss Lilu and Spliffy. I haven't seen them for a while, but that's entirely up to them. And wait a second, I was. Where the hell is the link for Shara? I was subscribed. Wait a minute. Oh, there she is. Right. So please, if you haven't, please go and subscribe to Shara. Right. She deserves everything she can receive. Okay. So please, go and subscribe to her. Anyway, film review. Okay. The first film I want to talk about, right, is The Black Hole. In like late 70s. It's quite sort of an old film. The special effects were, okay. SMN, good morning. How are you doing? Why, Philip and Wise Angel? Hi. Sorry, I've just taken a mouthful of Dr. Pepper when I saw you. Pardon me. Excuse me. But yeah. So you knocked me off track now. Yeah. So The Black Hole. I think it's over 2 hours, 2.5 hours long. It's a very good film if you can find it. I haven't seen it for a while, but I was thinking about a film last night when I was talking to someone, and he mentioned Tombstone. So Tombstone is going to be the next film review. So look forward to that. But the Black Hole, it's got a really good story to it. There's a lot of action in it, a lot of special effects for that era, and the storyline's quite good as well. So you got the good guys and the bad guys, and you've also got robots as well. She Nemesis, good morning. So yeah, but like I said, like we're gonna have some. God, Marlin. No, the Black Hole, not Black Holes. SMN. Jesus, can't take you anyway. So yeah, it is a good film, and obviously, it's worth looking into. Right. Someone mentioned this the other day, and I'm going to have a look into it. And I've just freaking forgot the name. Oh, Code Talkers. It's about Indian troops or Indian tribe who joined the U.S. military in the Second World War and are radio operators. So you got them on ships, you got them on in platoons and company strength, and basically these guys are their rad ops. And instead of actually, speaking in code or speaking or communicating or transmitting it in code or in normal English language, they transmit in their native language. So it is a good film. Again, look forward to that. Look forward to that research because you're going to like that. Actually, I need to write this stuff down while I'm at it. A minute. And so, yeah, and they're the two films that I would recommend. The Black Hole, I would say 7 out of 10, and Code Talkers, I would say 8 out of 10. It's a very good storyline. I've seen Code Talkers. It's got an extremely good storyline, and it's very easy to follow, and it's got a lot of action in it. Right, moving on to the next one. The film review. Well, we can, the film review is based on the Code Talkers because it actually is part of true events that actually did take place. And it's the history of that. I'll get into in the next stream. So we will be doing a deep review in regards of that, so we can get you the info. So today's going to be a quick one, not a quick one, but oh dear, it's the scary face. That's a scary face. Wonder who that looks like with his snout. Look at that snout. I wonder who that looks like. Yeah. And don't forget, there is a delay. So if you don't hear anything for 20 seconds, then, my apologies. But anyway, well, let's move on. I will wait until this was breaking news actually yesterday. And now it's just normal news. But anyway, so as you're fully aware, the other night when we were discussing the motion, when I was talking about reading some of it out and discussing it, basically, obviously, Numbnut decided to put a motion in to move the case down to oh god, what's the place called again? Sunville, from Pensacola down to somewhere else. And basically he was coming out with these excuses, and you could tell once again he was copying and pasting. And to be perfectly honest with you, Bruce, you need to give up being a lawyer. You are absolutely crap at it. And funny enough, I actually spoke to my lawyer and showed him some of this stuff, especially because obviously he wanted to know what was going on. And I told him, I went, you're not going to believe this. And he went, what? And I told him about the motion he put in. And so he said, okay, send it to me. So I sent it to him. And he read through it while I was on the phone with him. And he just started laughing. And I went, what are you laughing about? And he went, well, even I mean, I don't know about a lot about the US law, but he's back to front. You know, he should be explaining the reasons why he wants to move, and then going, "This is where I want it to move," and this is that. But he's done it back to front. So he was laughing about it. I went, "There's something even better." He went, "What's that?" I said, "I mentioned this the other night on my live stream, or the other day on my live stream." And he went, "Yeah," and I went, and I called it. I said that it's going to be denied. I mean, he's the judge. And he went, oh, yeah. And I told him about the judge. And he went, oh, shit, really? And I went, yeah, Gainesville. And he went, yeah. And he went, and I said, you're not going to believe this. He went, what? I said, within fucking 24 hours, it was dismissed. And I think it even got dismissed on the same day. I'm not sure. But like within 24 hours of seeing the motion that he put into court, and then 24 hours later, you see the denial, denied. And he went, and this is one sentence that I won't forget for a while. He said, why is he a lawyer? And I have to admit, I've been saying that for quite a while, that he should hand over his certificate, his license. But he's an incompetent lawyer. He's trying to get other lawyers involved in it. He's trying to check, like you just said, Mr. Lady. Good morning, by the way, darling. And what Malin just said, he's trying to change the judge, because the thing is, the magistrate has handed him his ass. Yeah, there you go, Diana. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Bloody hell, that was quick. How do you get? There you go, guys. You'll find it on the Mickey Mouse Crew. There you go. Now, look, everyone who does a job, regardless if it's a lawyer, police, fire brigade, soldier, or anything else, right? You're always going to get people who are not good at their job. And the thing is, when you are institutionalized, and this is where I don't think people think about this. When you are institutionalized, like every soldier will be institutionalized within a couple of years of their service. And if they stay in 10, 20, 30 years or plus or what, and they do both sides of the coin like I've done, right, you become institutionalized. You have to get out of that habit. And there's a lot of habits that you won't get out of. Now, over the last 20 years, Bruce has been a lawyer for one specific task, and that's employment law or libel law, whatever it's called. And he hasn't done anything else. Now he's gone and taken this on, and now he's going to be out of his depth. Now, the fact that other people are jumping on this gravy train and, doing their bit, that's entirely up to them. But, they at least they get some of the information out. Now, when you've got the other side where they just go on their platform, there's no transparency, there's no evidence, and anything they do get is given to them by this lawyer. That just shows incompetence. Why are you giving information that you are dealing with in court, and you're putting that crap to onto the public forum to people who have no knowledge and have themselves legal issues in the past, had legal issues in the past, and not just in the past. Gabe, for example, is still on probation. And he, like as Megan mentioned the other night, he failed a rug test. Now, what does that tell you about these individuals? The character of these individuals. Now, it's very easy to turn around and say, oh, that person's this person's that person is this. Fine. Everyone has a right to say what they like. But the fact that there's actual physical, practical evidence to substantiate the sentence or what is said, that is basically, yeah, you're done. And the fact that they then sit on that platform and they play the victim and they'll cry and then attack and intimidate and then insinuate, it's fucking, there's a lot of people who need to stay away from the rugs and alcohol. That's fact. Now, like I said, we're going to go through this. And this here, okay, is basically the court document. Okay, this is the court document. This matter is before the court of the defendant's motions to transfer pursuant to 28 United States Code 1404A, docket 54. No response by plaintiff is necessary. Oh, fucking hell. If I'd have read this as Bruce and I saw that sentence first, I would have been going, yeah, we're fucked. In the motion, defendants asked the court to transfer the case to Gainesville Division. There is no merit to that request because, as reflected in the case caption above, this case is already in the Gainesville Division and has been since the day it was filed. If there is a trial in this matter, then it will be held in the federal courthouse in Gainesville with the undersigned presiding. Okay, now the underscore here says pre-trial hearings will not necessarily occur in Gainesville, nor does any party have a right to have a hearing or even trial held in a particular division within that one. The United States versus Betancourt, 7th, all that, recognize that there is no constitutional right to trial within a division of a judicial district. The court will, however, consider holding pre-trial hearings in Gainesville. Now, fine, he got maybe Florida black hole. I'm not even going there. All right. Now, that bit there, this bit here, okay, doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that the pre-trial. Now here, right, it says, although the undersigned chambers may be in Pensacola, judges in the Northern District of Florida are assigned civil cases direct-wide and are not limited to a particular division. As the standing case assignment order reflects, the undersigned is assigned to 25% of all civil file cases in Gainesville Division. See docket 4694 that, and this case is one of the 25%. For the reasons above, defendant's motion docket 54 is denied. Okay? It is so, Bruce, listen, it is so ordered. Denied. Times 2. Denied. All right, and this is the 15th of January, so that's yesterday. All right, and that's by the judge, the magistrate's judge. Upon request of the parties, defendant's motion indicate that the plaintiff counsel has refused to confer over the telephone. Oh, I missed that part. Oh, fuck me. I missed that bit. Defendant's motion indicates that plaintiff's counsel has refused to confer over the telephone in an effort to narrow the issues raised in the pending motions to compel. That had better not be the case, considering that the court has specifically ordered counsel to confer by telephone regarding the issues raised in the motion to compel. The court therefore orders the parties to confer telephonically or in person regarding the issues raised in plaintiff's motions to compel. Hey, guys, play nice now. Right? And Bruce, answer the fucking phone. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. All right? Yeah. Yeah. So, like, basically, Bruce needs to give all the information that is being requested by Randy Socket, and I bet you any money he's gonna fuck around. What they need to do, I would, me personally, I would phone the courts up and I would say, can we have a court reader or court recorder, so that person can sit in on the conversation and record the conversation, So if anything derogatory or anything, Spawn Trooper, my dear, sorry, but I don't want. What the fuck? Where the hell did that come from? What? What the? Wow. Wow. There you go. Wow. That's the face I'm pulling right now. It's not the fear face. It's like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I've Diana. I've seen that post. I've seen that post, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, I bet you any money. I bet you any money that Bruce is refusing to answer the phone, or. Oh right, yeah, good point. All right, Diana. Thanks very much for pointing that out. Now here's the thing. Now Bruce needs. I mean, on that motion, there were like fucking 20 or 30 or plus. There were shitloads of people who need to hand over their electronic devices and all information concerning this, and they have to do it by law. If they refuse to do so, that means you got a good argument. If Bruce doesn't answer his phone and play nice, right now, if Randy doesn't refuse to talk to him. Maybe Randy is saying, right, okay, I want you to send me that stuff. I've already mentioned it. But the thing is, we're all in a queue. Easy, Tiger. But here, but here's the thing. If, for example, they're not Bruce is not willing to share the information, then here's a problem. If Randy Socket can't get all that, if I say, for example, I phone up, say Aussie Gen, and I say, right, I want evidence, I want all the evidence sent to me, and I want it done in 48 hours. Right. And the fact that if Bruce is such a switched on lawyer, he technically should have all that evidence already. It's disclosure. He needs to have that. Now, if he hasn't got that, that means he hasn't done fuck all. That means he's been sitting on his ass trying to act all, look at me. Right. So therefore, if I phoned him up and said, right, I want disclosure, I want all that evidence sent to me in 48 hours or whatever time span by law, he has to hand that stuff over. If he doesn't do that, then you can go, right, I have contacted him. Here's the record. Here's the length of time I spoke to him. I had my paralegal with me who listened to the conversation as a witness. I did inform him that I had her or him sitting there listening into the conversation as a witness. And here's the thing, Bruce is the type of person who'll say, I'm not willing to discuss anything. Right? I'm not willing to discuss anything with anyone present. He can't do that. He can't do that. Right? Because at the end of the day, right, it could be his word against whatever. So having a witness is quite handy to have. Now, so Randy and Bruce need to get on the phone and they need to communicate no matter what. All right. So if Randy contacts Bruce and Bruce doesn't pick up or he doesn't answer, and Randy sends him emails and say, hey, look, I've tried to call you multiple times. You haven't answered. Can you explain why? All right. And if he doesn't receive a response on that email, okay, or a good explanation why, then Randy can send that to the magistrate and say, look, Judge, this is what I've done. This is how many times I've contacted him, and this is the response I got. It's out of my hands. I have done what you've requested me to do. However, this is what's happened. Right? Then it goes back to the magistrate, and the magistrate will then put sanctions on Bruce. And the thing is, the more Bruce does it, the better. That's the way I see it. Oh no, yeah. I mean, I've seen that letter which he wrote to some legal firm in regards of the aunties, and trying to threaten them and give it large. And basically, if I was them, I would contact Randy Socket and say, "Hey, by the way, we are now going to sue, or we're going to take actions against Bruce. Um, how can we help?" You know, um, it makes absolutely no fucking sense. It makes no sense. Actually, in fact, let me find that screenshot of breaking news. There you go. It makes no sense because I think sharks can't comment to BBB on evidence. I think it's about can't continue confidential papers with Jeremy Contract. Oh, Randy want to put protective order. Well, I mean, they should have done that by now, then, Marlin. Um, Well, I hope that Vicky, I hope that Randy has his paralegal listening. I hope that he's got someone listening in on any type of conversation with Bruce or anyone related to Bruce, because the thing is, we've seen what how professional Bruce is. We've seen the way he behaves with people, and the fact that the way he addressed that secretary and the way he treated Sarah and other women. Yeah, I hope that he. And the thing is, I think he's realised that he can't push Randy around. That's one thing I've noticed, that he can't push him around because Randy won't let him push him around. It's like two bucks, but the one buck is stronger than the other. Yeah, so it's it. I mean, this whole scenario stinks to high heaven. Why is Bruce dragging it out? He should be disclosing that information without question. There shouldn't be any question whatsoever. He should be disclosing it, but he's not. He's playing the possum, so to speak. Let me have a look at another one. I'll be right back. We've got to head over to my other computer for work. Okay, no problem there. Can't understand why the two fleas and Deuce attacked people who were in mourning for close family members, saying they're all cowards and giving up on the case. Diana, who are you talking about? And that with that comment. Lisa, Nimrod, he's like Lionette with the cease and desist. He will only do what the voices in his head tell him. He cannot follow orders. Now, Lisa, here's the problem. He doesn't have any voice. His head is empty. There's a void. It's like a black hole. There's nothing in there. And anything he does read, it disappears. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, Karen. He is drowning in his own stupidity. Um, you know, he should have taken, like I said months ago, Bruce needs to take a page out of every ever lawyer and not be on a public forum. Then we would not be able to follow a pattern of stupidity, unethical behavior, unprofessional behavior, and unable to do his job. Johnny D, welcome. Good morning, fella. Good morning. Um, you know, I mean, like, seriously, I mean, Bruce, when he fell out of that stupid tree, right, he fell all the way down, got up, brushed himself off, got told he'd be promoted to branch manager, and then volunteered to climb back up the tree and do a backflip somersault. The guy's an absolute idiot. Um, but what can you do? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right, this right now, that footnote, right, if Randy can prove that he's tried everything to communicate with Bruce and Bruce has refused or has sort of dragged it out and is trying to, like, oh no, I didn't receive any calls. All that Randy needs to do is prove that he's called them, right? And he's got witnesses to prove that, and then Bruce is fucked. He'll be held in contempt, and he will also get sanctions put upon him. And the fact that, as Megan said the other night, the fact that there's been 3 complaints to the bar already, right? I wouldn't be very surprised if this whole case, yeah, I think that, like, I mean, I already know that Lisa's Lynette's not going to win this. She's not going to win it, and this trespass case as well is an absolute joke. And the fact that, like, the thumbnail case, the fact that, like, DUI guy's gone, hey, remember me? I'm coming to fuck you. Yeah. Because he's a good lawyer. I've watched a lot of his videos. He's a bloody good lawyer. You know, so, but this is all my own personal opinion. James Barron, good. Everything's good. Thanks very much for asking. I appreciate it. How are you? Yeah. This when I called out, right, here's the thing. When I called out Bruce, all right, and I put timestamps and everything, I even made a video about it, and I confronted him. This is before I sort of got to know certain people, and I confronted him, and the moment he responded, I knew for a fact that he didn't have old tablespoons in the cutlery. That's for sure. Yeah. He was definitely a few chocolate bars short of a fucking sweet shop, that's for sure. And it was very easy to get under his skin. It was very easy to manipulate and control him, but just by using common sense. What do you mean? I've ran the second time Spawn has mentioned a name, and I ran with it. What name would that be? Guys, you need to be more, All right, then, Missy lady, you have a nice one. All right, you take care of yourself. All right, and see you soon. And be good. Well, I hope so, because I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to that court case, because that court case is not going to last long, because it's a frivolous court case. Every single person that was there was legally there to support Lloyd, right? Yeah. And there's I mean, you can check US law on tenants rights, right? You lizard and black hole. You're a lizard. You're a bloody lizard. Right? And if you check, you'll know that a renter can ask anybody. And the thing is, the reason they put this cut, the reason they right here's the reason for that, the frivolous court case against the Fab Six and against Corporal Gregory. The reason that there's this court case, all right, is because the association it's based on guilty by association. It's because Lynette, right, didn't want anyone who knew Jeremy on her property, but and that's why she demanded that Lloyd gets a professional company. But Lloyd doesn't have to do that. If Lloyd wants to come in this stream right now and say, I need 5 people to help him, and 5 people like Marlin, Ammo Girl, SMN, Lisa, and Chris turn around and say, yeah, we'll come and help. All right. Then you can. There's nothing illegal about that. And he can ask you to come on that property. And he can ask you to, and as long as you stick to the rules of removing his property only, and you don't touch anything unless you ask and are instructed to, that is exactly what happened. The fact that they were filming, that it was for transparency, accountability, and security. Yeah, I've seen that, James, actually. I found that extremely interesting. I mean, when I saw the first one that was apparently from them, yeah, that you could tell there was something wrong about it. There was certain information missing in that, yeah. You could tell. It's just like over here, if you get a letter from a medical institution or from a hospital or anything else, it will have your reference number on it. It will have their reference number. It will have a contact number. It will have address and email and everything else. But it will also have email links inside it, like the original one. So yeah, and the fact that so many people are coming to the surface, and so many people are actually stating, like Megan Fox mentioned, right, about the source talking to Lynette about the medical condition of that child. Do you know what? I am now. I was about 60 to 70% that child doesn't have a medical condition. That it's just fabricated. I am now at 95%. And the reason there's 5% outstanding is because there is possibly a feeding tube, right? However, why is there a feeding tube if there's no need for it? That's the first question. And the second thing is, why are you giving a child such strong medication? That's the second thing. And the thing is, if you were telling the truth and you were being honest about what you were saying, and someone confronted you and questioned you, you could have turned around and go, well, I don't have to prove anything. Or two, there you go. Here's the evidence, and there's the child. There's the feeding tube. All right. Happy? Good. Now go and fuck yourself and then leave. But Lynette didn't do that. She did what she likes to do. She once she gets confronted with people who are questioning her integrity and her ethics and everything else, she'll do a runner, and she's done that for a long time, and she's done it multiple times. And all this is already been mentioned by other people like Megan Fox and Tuck, and you know I'd rather listen to them two than I listen to anybody else. Right? I'd listen. I would even. That's hands down. I listen to them what they say, and what they say, I will listen to. Now I do my own research, and 99 times out of 10, 99 times out of 10, when they've said something, right, I've already done the research on that, and it's confirmed what they're saying, and basically it confirms that. That's why sometimes I don't mention certain stuff, because I don't need to, because it's already been mentioned. The only reason I'm sort of like, referring to Megan and to Tug is what they've said confirms what everyone's been seeing. And now the fact that people from Northport are coming to the surface, wonder what would happen if people from Port Charlotte or from West Rotunda or Iowa. What happens if people start coming to the surface from there and say, "Oh, look, this is what happened." Everything that we've seen about Lynette Preston and John Cook, right? Everything they've done is all about money. It's all about the grift. It's all about I want, and they've used that child as the front picture of the. And then people kind of, oh, you shouldn't mention that child. I mean, talking about that, someone here a couple of days ago had a bust up, and they left, and they questioned a veteran shouldn't be talking about this. A veteran shouldn't be discussing this. No, everyone can discuss this. Everyone can. And that person left. Do I hold any ill will towards that person? Absolutely not. Did I remove the mod off him? Yes, I will. I did. And that's going to happen with other people, because I am going to. The thing is, I am going to make sure that my stream will have the right mods. And if I don't think that mod is good enough, or the mod is not up to scratch, then I will remove it. Doesn't mean that I dislike that person. I'll just, I am going to choose people. Yes, I do have veterans who are mods, but that's going to change as well. Because there's one thing I don't appreciate is when people take advantage of it. And not saying that people have, I'm just saying I am preempting, right? So I'm looking to the future, and because the thing is, one thing is going to happen when this ends, when this court case ends. That's it. That you're not going to hear the drama and all that. You're not. But the thing is, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on having my streams. I'm going to carry on doing research on stuff. And I am, like I said on my last stream, I'm going to do some research on MLS. That's going to be interesting, and I've already found some interesting information already. And I'm going to do a deep dive, and I know other people are going to do it as well. But that's their choice. But the thing is, right? He was part and parcel of this. He got involved in it, and then he decided, oh, I've got to pull myself back. Just because you live in South Korea, sunshine, doesn't fucking stop people from doing a little bit of digging and finding out what type of person you really are. You know, and if you had any integrity, and if you had any, you know, you would actually be stating what you know and saying, hey, yeah, this in this and this is wrong. And I find it quite interesting that Bruce hasn't contacted you to get involved in this, to see if you can make some dollar. Don't you find that interesting? Yeah, but hey, who am I? I mean, there's so much we can go through, right? But this whole legal shenanigans that's going, well, lack of shenanigans from Bruce and other people, it's just absolutely sickening. It's like, look, I get it. Lynette has made a lot of mistakes, and she's a grifter, and she's a scrounger, right? But she's still a human being at the end of the day. Oh, is he? Hi, Kelly. Someone told me he was in South Korea, but hey, you know, I'm just stating what I've been told. But I don't care if he's in Michigan or if he's in South Korea. I don't care where he is. But Lynette is a human being at the end of the day. Even one that's despicable, disgusting individual. Regardless what anyone says, she's a human being. And we all know that she's got issues. And from the looks of it, yeah, she's got some serious issues. And so does John. Now, yes, I have seen the picture where John's asleep on the bed, and the little one is on the far other side, laying on what I can only describe as mattresses, thrown into the corner. So that means if you look at the bed, that means Lynette was sleeping. So are they sleeping in that caravan, or are they sleeping in the shed? That's another question that people need to ask, because like the thing is, there's a lot of toys in that caravan, and you know, every picture that we've seen, there's been toys on that bed or close to it. So are they all sleeping in that caravan? Question. You know, is the shed just a ploy? Again, you have to question that, because everything else has been questioned, and everything should be questioned. Anything they do should be questioned. Spawn Trooper, I saw Shower's video 2 times when the police drove off and shitland. The hood stood up a bit before the car was on the street, fence street level. The what? The hood stood up a bit. LM Nop. What? You know, if you use these letters, LM Nop. Oh, Lisa. Oh. And Shitland. Like, you need to retype that. I don't understand what the hell you're saying there. Yeah, I understand that, James. But the thing is, that picture was taken afterwards. Because if you look, that picture was definitely taken afterwards, not during or before. But you know, potato. But the thing is, if she is living in that shed, then she's not. Then they're both not alone in that shed. That I can assure you of. I can tell you right now, there's going to be rats in there. There's going to be mice in there, and probably possums or God knows what. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they walk around at night. And rats and mice have a habit of walking over people, irregardless. As far as they're concerned, it's just an obstacle to get past. And that's one thing people need to also take into consideration. It's been known that rats have actually fallen asleep on people while they're sleeping. So, yeah, and because if you look at the shed, it's full of clothes, full of crap. Yeah, there's no way you can see the floor in there. I'm not the grammar police today. I just didn't understand what LMNOP is. LMNOP, yeah. Oh, right. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read it again. I saw Shara's video 2 times when the police drove off. LMNOP and Shetland. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, I get it. I know what you're talking about now. The hood stood up a bit before the car was on the street level. Yeah, the road is higher. The road is higher than the property by about at least 2 foot, I think. That's why when you drive past, if you are in a vehicle, right, when you drive past, oh yeah, she's got a new, yeah. When you drive past, that's why you can see over the fence because you're at least a foot above the fence. The level of the road to the property. Oh my God, says yes, yeah, Ozzy. I think yeah, Marlon. I do apologise. I mean, it's the LNMLP. Didn't Lynette say in court that she and the child slept in the shed and John in the RV because the CPS told her to? Yes, she did. Not pie. Do you know? I'm not saying this to sound good, but I like when I heard that name when Megan mentioned that name. I know for a fact I've seen that name mentioned somewhere before, and I spent nearly 4 hours looking for where I've looking through everything I've got, and I couldn't find it. But I swear I've seen that name written down somewhere. I don't know where, but I may have been. I don't know, but I may have like imagined it, or I don't know. But as soon as she said that name, I was like, "Hang on a fucking second." But that was right at the beginning, and there's also a lot of stuff I've deleted because it was irrelevant, which is a mistake I didn't do afterwards. But it's just one of those things. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It does not surprise me that Lynette would use various different names. I mean, considering that she's used multiple different names in Florida, you know, it. Yeah, I mean, what can you say about that? Yeah. That there is a professional grifter. That is a professional scrounger, and there's nothing you can do about it unless she sees a psych. I seriously do believe, and this is my personal opinion. Good morning, Seagull. I personally believe that Lynette Preston needs psychological evaluation. She needs to go and see someone professional, someone who knows what they're looking for. Now, if you think that's wrong, fine. That's your opinion. Uh, Tells you something like that. I mean, like, tell me if I'm wrong, but when a few months ago, not even then, even before that, I was saying if they're divorced, why is he still there? And then a couple of months, about a month ago or so, I came to the realization I know why John Cook is there. John Cook is the scapegoat for her, right? Because every time she's been confronted with something that's gone wrong, she will blame him. Right? Anyone else notice that? And that's why I called her, Porter Potty Dancer. Oh my God, Porty Potty Dancer. Oh, you're giving a Porter Potty bad name there, mate. Oh, sorry, I missed the M. I missed it. But I mean, let's no, I don't burp on command. I told you I don't burp on command. And the thing is, people, that's another thing. Thank you so much for reminding me. All right. Listen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Wookiees and Ewoks, and Your Honor, and the jury. Let me tell you something. if you're not happy with me coughing, or you're not happy with me sniffing or blowing my nose or shit like that, then do me a favor, go around YouTube and look at some of the videos where people are actually worse and more disgusting with what they do on a live stream, right? So if you know, I mean, if you're gonna have a go at me, at least have the decency to offer me a fucking reach around, right? And if you don't like it, it only what? Do you think I cough all the way through? I'm coughing, and then I was like talking. I wonder. I mean, come on, really? Seriously, people, keep your opinions to yourself, right? So you're telling me that you've never farted, you've never coughed, or you've never sneezed, and you wouldn't able to fucking hit the mute button, or you wouldn't. I mean, let me ask you a question. When you're in a restaurant and you're about to sneeze, are you going to go to everyone and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, just so you are aware, I am about to sneeze"? There you go. Please, seriously, either get a grip of yourself, okay, or just turn the volume down. And if I do cough, I do apologize, but you know, I'm not gonna go out of my way. If I'm coughing, it happens like that. So yeah. And if you want to make a big deal of it, I'll make a big deal of it. How about that? Yeah, there you go. Snoring and Jesus, can you remember when Deuce Boy was so upset because bodily functions and flattening and farting and coughing and sneezing and all that shit. But he'll sit on a fucking platform with someone who sounds like she's fucking sucking on a truck exhaust and takes a nice deep breath. Yeah, and she sounds like she's chewing on a truck exhaust every second when she talks, and then she goes. Stupid fucking people. Humans. Who needs them? Oh, wait, I'm one. Damn it. Yeah, so, Digistorm, good morning, my friend. All right. Yeah, I have been ill. And believe it or not, I still got the freaking cold. Well, it's gone from a cold now to I'm coughing and sneezing more than I usually do. Because usually I don't cough that much, as you can tell. Am I coughing right now? Have I coughed? No. Again, jog on. Uh, then you have some promoting rug taking. Yeah, there's Wise Angel. Trust me, there's stuff on YouTube that even I'm totally shocked of, and there's not a lot that shocks me. I'll be honest with you, dear. I have pooped a couple of times, multiple times. Juliet Morgan, Juliet, it's okay. Don't explain yourself. Welcome back. Hi, how you doing? Happy New Year. Um, oh, I'm going to be me, Vicky. That I can assure you of. I am going to be me. And if people don't like it, you know what you can do? You can go and fuck yourself. How about that? All right. The world is too woke and too snowflakey for me to care. I mean, like, I look. Everyone has their feelings hurt, and everyone wants to hug. Okay. Here's the thing. I can only hug so much. Right. And then it gets a little bit too much. Okay. If you need to, go on the internet, go on the interwebs, go to Amazon, buy yourself a blow up doll, and don't forget the punch and repair kit. Buy yourself a blow up doll, put it in a corner, and then call it the hug me. All right. So every time you need a hug, or you're upset, or someone's hurt your feelings, or anything else, you can then pick it up and hug it, and it'll go. Yeah. Okay. Now I know a lot of people don't like what I'm saying, and considering that it's way more innocent than some. I mean, look, everyone for themselves, but don't dictate to me how I live my life, because you'll get both barrels. And I'm being very polite right now. And that is the breaking news from yours host, Spawn Trooper, at the Spawn Trooper headquarters in a very cold area. Yes. Now, actually, yeah, let's blame Jeremy. Do you know what? That's so funny. Every time I hear someone say blame Jeremy, I'm like, oh no. And then I realize even he said it. And I went, okay. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Do you know what? Someone should, yeah. By the way, I have copyright on that. And I want, you know, I want per diems on that one. If anyone creates a blow up doll looking like Bubbles, right? Yeah, I want some, some green shit. You know what I mean? Oh crap! I just pictured it. You got this blow up doll and it's got a snout about a foot long. Oh shit! Uh, oh! Wait! I'm gonna cough. I'm gonna cough. Look, I hit the mute button. Yay! Good me. There you go. Anyway, well, he didn't get one, did he, Seagull? So he can go and jog on. Anyway, what was I going to say? Right, let's go. Oh, and if you wasn't here when I discussed this, these are the motion that denied Bruce the move to Gainesville from Pensacola. Okay, these are the documents there. I know it's old news. Excuse me. Oh shit, wrong way. And yeah, I like right now. California fires. Yes, let's talk about the California fires, shall we? We covered that the other day, but like I said, that live stream's gone. Yeah, kaput. Right. Oh, I'm going to cough again. See, at least I got. Look, I'm trying. Right. Okay. Right, James. What do you mean hang around? Do you think he's going to follow through with the court, or do you think he's going to withdraw from the court case? Or do you think he's going to, after the court case, he's going to hang around, try to get fame and glory and an Oscar? I don't know, Dirt. Where did your mind? Hang on a minute, Dirt. Where did your mind go? You come. No, bad Dirt. No. You shouldn't be thinking like that, dude. Does his doll come with extra thought? My one skin lies over my two skin. My two skin lies over my free. My free skin lies over my foreskin, and my foreskin lies over my knee. So, Brucey baby, pull back, pull back. Pull back my foreskin for me. Pull back, pull back, pull back my foreskin for me. Bruce is a dickhead with balls. He can't see where he is going, but the way he is walking at what speed, he's definitely gonna hit the walls. So pull back, pull back. Pull back my foreskin for me. Pull back, pull back, pull back my foreskin for me. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I can't stay on track. I can't stay on track. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go to my room. Okay, bye. Yeah. Oh boy, I'm in trouble now. uh, well, that's the way he behaves. I mean, come on. I mean, like, every time he wants to get excited, he has to rub his forehead. Yeah. But anyway, the California fires. Now, from what I have understood, is so far, unfortunately, 24 or 25 um, have unfortunately been unalive due to the fire, which is a shame. Um, one second, I need to do this. One second, please. I'm just trying to. Yes, yeah. So just be aware that the community message is up, so you can comment. Let me just make sure that you can. Yes, you can. Oh, wait a minute. Please hold. I'm trying to. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. Well, there's right. Excuse me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of different stories going on and going around, which is understandable. But at the same time, it's a bit strange because, like, the thing is, in 2024, there were three large fires. Okay, and they all started at the same time. There is actually satellite footage of these three large fires starting at the same time, which is natural. I mean, like, unless nature has learned how to use lighters, um, yeah. Oh, was he in? Was Bubbles? Was it? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if he showed his face in here, he'd be gone. But then again, he won't come in here because he can't. And if he does, the moderators have my permission to yeet him out of here. And every time he comes in, yeet him out. And that goes for Tamara as well. Yeet her out. Anyone associated with Bruce, Tamara, Lisa, Tori, Robbie, Kendra, Dave, gone. Don't want them in here. They don't deserve to be in here amongst you guys. They have no right to be in here. None whatsoever. Right? Unless they show me 100% transparency of every single penny they have received as done in donations. Once they do that, then I probably might confront Robbie. I definitely want to confront him. I definitely want to go toe to toe with him on a platform. But I doubt very much he will have the balls for that. But let's see. Marlin, Tamara Matskin. Tamara is Bruce's new wife of 7 years, and she was the other person in a alt account harassing Squid when Squid first sort of like when I was on a certain platform of a certain individual who I shall not name. Waste of time anyway. Basically, Squid came in. She's a vet. We were talking, and then obviously she left and she went live, and then suddenly she started getting unjustifiably so. She started getting trolls and stuff like that, and they started dragging her through the dirt for no apparent reason. There was no grounds or reasons whatsoever, and they threatened her with CPS and stuff like that, and she's probably one of the. I think she. I mean, I'm a parent myself, and she's fantastic. She is absolutely fantastic. And I'm not saying that to get bonus points with anybody. I'm saying it because it's fact. And she was dragged through the crap by Bruce and Tamara and other people. But you can't expect anything else from individuals like her, like Bruce and like Tamara and like Dave. And I wouldn't expect anything else from them because they're scum. Anyway, going back to the fires. So yeah, in 2024 they had fires over there. They had 3 that started right at the same time. Now, funny enough, the fires that started this time, there was 2 that I pointed out the other day that started at the same time, which I find, and there was quite, excuse me, there was quite a few small ones as well. Now, what I can't understand is multiple fold. One is why was it that they were not paying attention to the hills, considering that most of the fires happen in the valleys and the hills around there. 2, why didn't they deal with this, considering they got aircraft and the manpower? And 3, why did they let it spread so quickly and before the winds catched up? Now, obviously, with the winds, there's nothing you can do. Morning, Star. Morning, sweetheart. Now, here's the thing with the wind, all right, there's nothing you can do. If the wind's at 40 miles an hour, all right, it's basically like standing in front of a blowtorch if there's a fire, right? That fire is being oxygenated. And if anyone knows about fire, okay, you got the fire triangle, right? Yeah. So you got oxygen, you got heat, and then you got fuel, right? And the thing is, if you've got so much oxygen going through a fire, it's going to suck that up and it's going to get bigger. Now, with heat, a lot of people don't realize that most fires spread to adjacent buildings and jump, right, because of radiant heat, right? The fire, you could be standing 100 meters away from a large, serious fire, and you would feel that heat, and that's called radiant heat. So if you've ever been near a fire, a bonfire or anything else, and you stood 50 meters, 20 meters, 50, whatever meters away, right? What you'll feel is radiant heat. Now, radiant heat, right, transfers obviously that heat, and at some point the object will get so hot it will combust. And a lot of people don't know that. It's just like if you look at the evidence about Robbie's fire that he had on his property, right? If you look at the buildings to the left and the right, to the right, you'll notice that the building has radiant heat damage and fire damage, or some radiant heat. But if you look at the building that was on fire, you'll notice that the fire started on the right-hand side and worked its way over to the left, because there's more fire damage there's more fire damage on the right than there is on the left. And you'll notice that the building to the left doesn't have any fire damage. It'll have radiant heat damage, but it won't have fire damage. Right? So if you ever get involved if there's ever a house fire anywhere near you and you've got enough hoses, right? One hose goes on the fire and the rest go onto the buildings next either side, because what you're doing, you're cooling down that surface, and that means the radiant heat won't get a fix on that building and you'll stop the fire from spreading. But with the fire in California, what's happened is because of the radiant heat and the wind, right, it's basically turning those flames into a blowtorch. However, how did these fires start? Now, a lot of individuals don't know that you've got sap on trees, and sap sometimes can be very clear. And all it takes is, anyone ever taken a microscope? No, not microscope. What's it called? Magnifying glass. If you've taken a magnifying glass, or take your glasses and hold it at a certain distance, what it'll do, it'll give out a beam of light, which is the sun, And if you hit it on a certain spot, you'll notice it'll start burning after a while. Because what's happening first is the radiant heat. It will heat up. Yeah, it'll start heating up. Then it'll start sucking oxygen. Then you'll start seeing smoke, and then suddenly you got a flame. Now that's one way a forest fire can start. The second way a forest fire can start is someone smoking or having a campfire and not putting a campfire out properly. Hi, Papa Jim. Is not putting a campfire out correctly or properly, right? A campfire, you're supposed to, you dampen it down, you spread it out, and then you dampen it down, you spread it out, dampen it down. And 90% of the time, if you have a campfire, you dig a hole. You dig about a foot deep, right? And what you do, you make sure that you put some stones. You don't put stones in there because it's radiant heat. Now, in a forest, you have to remember that like the first 2 foot are made from leaves and God knows what else. So if you don't put that fire out, it'll heat up, and you got oxygen that's like going through a filter, and it'll go, and then next thing you got fire again, right? And the third one is, as you know, is arson, right? Which cigarettes, arson, setting fire. Now there's quite a few videos out there in regards of this fire that's going on at the moment, and there's quite a few videos where people have been arrested or have been seen setting fires. There was one video that someone, I thought that this individual was a female, but it turns out to be a male. Or I'm not going to judge, but this individual was going around and had a can. And it looked like a large Monster drink, like energy drink. But what they had like ignition of fuel or something in it. And they'd pour it over and then set fire to certain objects. And there was these 2 guys in a car. And what they'd do, they'd stop. They got this big gallon of water. And they'd be putting these fires out. And then when they confronted this individual, right, and the individual chased them and then threw the can at them. So he or she threw the source, the fuel for the fires, threw it away. So they had that, and then he or she then started another fire on an embankment with leaves and trees and that, and they got there and they put that out as well. But that person started walking away. That was in LA. That was somewhere in LA. And it just shows you that there's a lot of people out there that, and everyone wants to, blame mental health or, whatever. There's always this mental health card. And when you are trying to set a fire, that's not mental health. Because you are preempting it. So therefore it's premeditation. You're doing it deliberately. So that means you want to do this. And when people then turn around and they get arrested, no, no, it's not mental health. It's deliberate, right? Everyone seems to jump on this bandwagon when it comes to mental health or disability stuff and that. That's not being I mean, who in their right mind would get like a 1 liter or a 2 liter gas bottle, one of those yellow ones that you can get from some DIY store, right, a blowtorch, and then go around and then start setting fires? Did you go on to the community and put it in my last post that I've put up, right? Put it in there. So these fires are not making sense. And another thing, why is it that the pump stations are not pumping water to the fire hydrants? Why is it? Oh God, why is it that like these firefighters don't have or did not have the ability to fight these fires? Now the thing is, the fire down in Palestine or Palestinians or whatever the place is called down the northwest of Los Angeles, right? Why is it that they've got salt water there? I mean, yes, salt water will kill the plants off or it'll damage plants, but the thing is, water is water. They've got enough water there to supply whatever they need to supply. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that you can set up a simple system where you can get water pumped. Water, you get a couple of good generators and you pump that water and then you send it into a reservoir, because the fire brigade use like these big 2,000 or 3,000 gallon reservoirs. You can fill that up and then you suck it out of there and you fill out fire engines. That means you've got continuous water. Yes, there's salt in there. You just wash the systems out afterwards, but you've got water. You've got a whole Pacific Ocean on that site. So why is it that they're struggling to put that fire out? Why? I mean, like, yeah, fine, you've got the winds, but you can build a barrier around that fire. You've got the materials, you've got the equipment, you've got the. Oh, Marlon, do you know how many staff you would need? Do you know how many people you'd have to employ for that? But the problem is, I mean, I personally think if one has to treat everyone equally. But the thing is, when people claim, mental health, they play that mental health card or anything else, then treat them as such, then put them in an institution and then, look after them. And when they realize that they're in a locked institution and they have no control of their daily life, and they see a psychiatrist or a therapist 3 times a day to discuss their issues, people will suddenly become extremely healthy again and mindset. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not going to judge people with mental health issues, because the pandemic has done something to people. Not sure what it is, but it has changed humanity. It has changed people. And over the last 15 years, the way people have been, this wokeness and snowflakiness and, you've hurt my feelings type of attitude. These people should not be communicating on platforms, or they should be dealing with their personal issues first and then going out into the world, because at the end of the day, it can affect other people. There's a lot of people out there who've got problems, and you can't help everybody. You can only point them to the right direction, or you can only help them out in a certain direction. But what's happening in California right now, what's happening with these fires right now, is just absolutely phenomenal. But no one is actually mentioning the firefighters, the police, the people who risk their lives to protect their property. And talking about properties, I was watching some shorts last night and I came across Joe Rogan. And on Joe Rogan that night, he had Mel Gibson. And there was a video that Russell Grant put out. I can't stand that guy. He's an absolute fucking hypocrite. That guy is an absolute hypocrite. He'll jump on any type of bandwagon. You put it there, he'll jump on it. This is before the interview with Joe Rogan. And Mel Gibson turns over to, he leans over to Russell Grant and he says, "Oh, my house is on fire." It's totally blasé, totally like, yeah, hey, my house is on fire. But then again, Mel Gibson is the type of person, he accepts fate, and he's been like that. He's been very outspoken over the last few years. But then when he was on Joe Rogan and he talked about his house being on fire, not Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's an absolute prat. But when he was on Joe Rogan, his whole demeanor, his whole face expressions, and his whole body language, he was holding something back. He was hiding something. He was not saying something that probably could have caused a lot of shit. And he mentioned about his house burning down. But if you watch his body language and his face expressions and the way he is, you could tell that he had something that he wanted to say, but he couldn't. So, well, thank you very much for your service, officer of the law. And it's like, I mean, Dirt, you can confirm this. When you interview a suspect, you're not listening to their words, but you're watching their body language. You're watching how they behave, eye contact, the way they're holding their hands, what they're doing with their hands, the way they're expressing themselves, and shit like that. But this one here, you could see he was holding back. It's Russell Amago, Russell Brand. He was accused of stuff a few years ago. I mean, quite a few film stars, A-listers, have lost their property. I don't see any of them on the news. Well, I saw one. What was he? Who was the male actor in Gremlins? What was his name again? What was his name? What was his name? There was a clip of him, in a news broadcast. I don't know what the channel was called, but he was standing there. He was totally covered in soot and smoke and everything else, and he had his mask on. And he went, "Yeah, my property burnt down, but and you could tell that he was genuinely concerned for everyone living around him. At the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff that you can't replace. Fine, there's a lot of people have lost stuff. Fine, right? And he was like genuinely going, "Hey, we need to help people," and you could tell that he was. And then there was another one, and it was fucking hilarious. The whole house burnt down, and you got this interview, this woman talking about refrigerators. Hi, Smitty. And like going on about refrigerator, oh, they're well insulated, all this shit, da 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 da. Da. And this guy opens the fridge, and there's fucking beer in there. There's lemonade. There's soda, and not the inside the fridge was pristine clean. It was pristine clean. It was just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, it was just absolutely phenomenal. Just to see the fact that, like, I mean, if it had been me and the fire guys would have been around, I went, guys, come and help yourself to the fridge. You know what I mean? Because the fact that and I wouldn't be surprised if those bottles were still cold because you could see a little bit condensation on them. But yeah, bubbles Spike Milligan. Yeah. But it's a shame. I mean, like, it's strange that like hydrants didn't, the pump stations were not on full blast. They didn't have the proper setup. Everything was all over the place. They get all these small fires under control, but the one that they need to fucking control, they seem to struggle with. So makes no, all the aircraft and the fuel, all and here's another thing. You got South African firefighters, I think 100 of them have arrived in the States to help. You've got Mexican firefighters walking on the side of the road, making their way up there to go and help. What's the rest of your country doing? How many firefighters from around the US have gone down there to help? How many people have done that? How many people who've been trained in the military or in the fire brigade? How many of these people have volunteered? How many National Guards members have been trained in firefighting, have volunteered to go and help? Because the more manpower you've got, the easier it is for you to fight that problem. But they're dragging it out, you know. But hey, who am I? I'm just a bystander watching what the hell's going on. I mean, the fact that this shit is actually happening. Yeah. And also, like, the biggest issue is, and then suddenly, I nearly forgot about this. And then there's people, like, even news channels are saying, oh, look at these orbs fly around the fire. Look at this thing fly around the fire. Look at this fire fly here. Look at that. what the hell are you trying to do? Are you trying to start a conspiracy that UFOs are starting these fires? That sounds like a cover up to me. That sounds like a that sounds like a cover up. Anyway, let's get some breaking news update, shall we? Santa Ana winds have died down across the greater Los Angeles area, helping firefighters to bring almost 40,000 acres of ongoing fires under control. Two fires have unalived at least 25 people and swept through residential communities, destroying more than 12,300 structures, forced thousands to evacuate. The causes of the fire remain unknown, but investigators are focused on a specific scorched slope to discover the origins of the largest blaze, the Palisades fire. Attention has already turned to the vast cleanup and restoration effort that will follow the fires, with California Governor Gavin Newsom promising a Marshall Plan style rebuilding effort that could cost tens of billions of dollars. Dangerous fire conditions are expected to return next week, the National Weather Service warned. Officials said that the growth of both major wildfires has either slowed or stopped, and reduced winds are helping firefighters begin to gain control of the infernos. For one family, this means a sense of normalcy, normal can slowly return. We're just we're just so happy to give them normal because they were so happy this morning, Karen Dale told NBC today, after she and her husband dropped their daughters off at school. The family lost their home in the fire and their children's school was reduced to rubble. They have been staying at a friend's house and their daughters are allowed to return to school on a different campus. It's really nice, Dale said, crying. Yeah, 40,000 acres. 40,000 acres. That's by emission. Oh God! Right, here's another one. A newly opened city disaster recovery center in Los Angeles provided help and information for more than 360 households affected by the fires yesterday, the city said. Its services include helping those who have lost vital documents such as birth certificates, driving license, as well as referrals to services including mental health counseling. The center of UCLA Research Park, whatever it is open from 9 to 8, 7 days a week. Yeah, that's not going to help. It should be open 24/7. Separately, a support camp run by the City of Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks is offering free day camps for children aged 5 to 12 and the teenagers from 13 to 17 whose families have been affected by the fires. And here's a good one by NBC Los Angeles. Did City LA Fire Department prepare enough for Palisades fire? Here's what we know. New questions are being raised about whether the City of Los Angeles and the fire departments did enough to prepare the days ahead by deadly Palisades fire. The fire department did not hold over its firefighters who worked the day before to increase staffing during the wind event that had been forecasted. Elected officials and others in city government were clearly very wary about leveling criticism this soon after what happened last week. While the Palisades fire is still smoldering and the high winds remain a threat, but they agree there are a number of decisions that need to be scrutinized. Among them, why it appears extra engines had not been positioned in the Palisades and why more firefighters hadn't been ordered to stay on duty. So their bulls were not bulls, hairy ones. They were crystal balls, so they knew everything. Right, okay. So you know what's going to happen day in, day out. Right, okay. So you're going to blame the fire department. Okay, so you have to blame someone. I get it, right? The blame has to be pushed to someone. Yeah, true or false? I'm gonna go. Bruce is not. Bruce is. Yeah, his forehead has got a camel toe. That's for sure. Hey, Smitty, that is absolutely fine, my friend. That is absolutely fine. That's not a problem. Okay. I do apologize if it's affecting you. All right. And yeah, we won't be talking about this a lot, but again, I do apologize if it's affecting you, right? And I'll see you on the flip side, my friend. And um, I do apologize. Yeah, but I mean, this whole thing, like blaming firefighters. But one thing we should do is commend the pilots of those planes who are dropping retardant to slow these fires down. I mean, there's so much. Oh, what's this? What is this? Potential for center. All right, okay. Weak northeast gust 20 to 30 miles. Monday 21st. Right. So basically, the coming weekend, chance of red flag warning. Monday and Tuesday. After that, it's probably Thursday. Everything else. So hopefully they'll be able to sort this out, and they'll be able to. They should be able to handle it. But yeah, it's just absolutely sad when you read some of these stories. It's just so sad. Hi, Fly on the Wall, Marlin. I doubt very much the Scientology. I doubt that very much. It's all about them. It's all about them. They're yeah, no, no. No. I'll be very surprised if they even offer any help. I'll be very surprised if they even bother. 1 second. 1 second. I'm just looking for a picture. No. Nope, that's the wrong one. I need to look into this one here. There you go. Yeah. No. Wait, where is it? Is it that one? Ah. Excuse me. I knew I forgot one. I knew I forgot. Where did I put that one? Where's that? Right, there's that one. There's that one. Where the hell's that ever? Please hold, your call's important to me. Where the hell's that ever picture? Did I just throw that in there without looking? Huh. Okay. No. That's a bit. Right. Sorry, I just needed to sort something out because I just noticed something was missing. Right. Okay, so now we come on to the next topic before we end and finish. Okay, which you're going to like. Snakes in the grass. Oh, what am I talking about there? Oof. Here's the thing. What you need to remember is that there's a lot of how can I put it? There's in this whole court case, right. This is my personal opinion. Okay, so you take it any way you like. Ever since this all started, and since it's been going on, one thing I've noticed, there's a lot of snakes in the grass. And once they get a hold of a certain thing, they work on that. Now, we already know who some of these snakes are, right? Because they all go to a certain platform. Now, it's not just them. Both sides have snakes in the grass. And it's you who has to make sure that you are responsible for trusting individuals. Now, yeah, I made a mistake in trusting some people, but that's all been done and over and dealt with. I put that to bed. And all I'm saying is be very careful who you trust. Be very careful who you talk to. Be very careful, especially online. Don't share your personal information. Don't contact anyone if you hear people talking about people. Don't keep, don't allow yourself to be dragged in and then in the end be used. All right, Marlene, you take care, sweetheart. You have a very, very nice day. Right. So just be extremely careful. Right. A lot of people out there like to copy other people. A lot of people will take advantage and then turn on you. A lot of people will say things that are not true without any factual evidence. And then so you make that choice. You decide who you want to trust. Now, me, if someone comes up to me and says something, I always do my due diligence, regardless if I'm friendly with the people or not. I will always do my due diligence. I will check what's being said, and if it turns out to be true, fine. If it turns out to be just hearsay or someone just venting, then I will just ignore it. But when it comes to the hypocrisy and the snakes in the grass, I'm very, very fully aware who they are. So I don't have to worry about it. So I just play a game. I just play a game. But anyway, right now, we are now going to the best part of. Oh, hang on a minute. But the next part you're going to enjoy. So get ready. Take your time. Remember, right? At Spawn Trooper and then your question. So let's go. Hi, Sarah Joy. Hi, Sarah Joy. Hi. Is it Sarah or Sarah? No, it's Sarah, isn't it? Thank you very much for your trust, Verica. Thank you. Appreciate that. But sometimes I get things wrong. So just remember that. We all get things wrong. Sometimes we forget to mention stuff. Sometimes we forget to write stuff. Like basically today's stream is basically yesterday's stream that I messed up. So, and yeah. But yes, so the questions, you're more than happy to go. Oh, so you're more than welcome to ask away. And like I said, any questions that I can't answer or I can't answer, I'll say so. Sarah, good afternoon. Sarah, Joy, 006 and a half. Well, welcome to the stream. Hi, Factum. How you doing, dude? Factorum. Welcome back, mate. Right. So yeah, go ahead. Ask your questions. Right. Spawn, my dear. So go ahead. Oh yeah, yeah, Mama Joe. I like if I get it wrong, or someone's pointed something out to me in private, and they say, "Do you know what that was? Yeah, you missed a bit there." I go, "Oh right, okay then." Or if someone says, "Oh," if I get told, "Oh yeah, that's wrong," then what I'll do, I'll research it again, do my checks, and if it turns out that I'm wrong, I will mention it. I will say, "Hey, by the way, live stream from yesterday or last week, I said this, this, and this. Actual fact, I was wrong. It's this, this, and this." So yeah, I've got no qualms of putting my hands up if I was wrong. And like I said, I did it with Jabba the Hoot a few months back when I said that he had a conviction. No, he didn't. He was arrested and then it was dropped. So he was not convicted of that crime, but he committed a crime nevertheless. So I was right on that part. Pardon me, and I mentioned it and I brought it back up. So there you go. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Ewoks, Wookiees, Madam Judge, and everyone else, the table, the platform is now open. You may ask your questions, and I'm going to sit here and wait until you do. Yes. But one thing I am going to say is that moderation will be changing soon. And like I said, I will pick people by random, people that I've known. I am changing the bets. I mean, obviously, Factum, you've noticed. I am changing, you know, the rules on vets are automatically due to past incidents. So, and I'm not saying it's you. Do you want? Um. Okay. How can I respond to this? Right. Big Dirt. I appreciate you. I think you're funny, but don't threaten me like that again. Does that answer your question? Shit. Kathy, he is a idiot. Uh, one of the strictest. Wait a minute. Spawn. Wait. You need to, when you type my name, right? Just when it comes to just click on that, and then. Do you think that the lunatics will continue after the court stuff is over? Um, that's a good question. That is a good question. That is a bloody good question. Yes, because the thing is, if they just stop like that, they'll lose face. So I think it will continue. I'm feeling a bit better, Fly. I appreciate you asking. I've still got a bit of a sniffle, a bit of a cough, as you know. So yeah, I'm still suffering, and I'm getting headache. I'm getting headaches at the moment. So, but yeah, um, yes, I do believe that it's going to carry on after this, after the court case. And just to go back to Big Dirt's question, no, absolutely not. Uh, I mean, Harry can come back, but he has to work his ass off to get back into good books. But that Meghan Markle or whatever her name is, no, she was crap in Suits. I didn't. She's not good at acting. No, don't want her back. No, she can go back to Canada. Right. Where next question? How about taking in Bubbles and the foreskin twins? SMN, again, the same to you. Don't threaten me. You won't like my resolve. Don't threaten me like that. Don't you ever, ever say that again. No, I would find a farm or some sort of like open area where they could live. There's a pig farm near me, a large one at that. And yeah, I mean, pigs like to have a little bit of entertainment because they know what fun is. Thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate that. Um, what else is there? What other questions are there? Come on, guys, you must have more questions than this. I mean, Jesus, I've never known you. I've never known you guys not to. Like sometimes I get people asking questions, but wow, come on. I mean, I had one question once. How big is it? And I just said baby leg. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, don't you worry about that, SMN. The pigs can look after themselves. So yeah, Seagull, Facebook does have a lot of like the interwebs in general have a lot of information, and this is why I always say, do your research, do your own research, and get the facts because trust me, someone always makes a mistake. They will say something wrong, they'll do something wrong, or they'll write something that's wrong, and then you'll catch them out, and that's the best way to do it. Take your time, no rush. We could talk. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about the weather. Hell no. Because that's no, Lisa. We're not talking about the weather. It'll jinx it. It will jinx it. And by the way, has anyone seen Jen Fonda lately? I haven't seen her for a while. If you see her, send my regards. Talk about the freaking weather. Right, Spawn. Could we send them all to the gate? No comment. I refuse to answer that question, officer. I refuse to answer that question. Don't thank me for an awesome chat. You guys are part and parcel of it. You know, that's the thing about my that's the thing about my stream. I like to say what I need to say, and then when it comes to Q&A or when it comes to certain things, that's when I will interact with you guys completely. My attention now is on chat, and I'm reading all the chat. Spawn Trooper, since oh, you have seen. All right, okay. Well, next time you see us, send my regards. Spawn Trooper, since Luna last night and her M button for mute, have you now researched the key functions on a Restream keyboard? Right. Do you want me to give you the truthful answer, or would you like me to fabricate an answer like the fleas? All right. You've seen them in. Right. Okay. Okay. Restream key bindings. Yes. Actual fact, I was just looking at it right now. Yes, I have. I've had a look at them, and to be honest with you, the M button is probably the only one. I've had a look at them before, but I never paid attention to them that much until that. Um, oh crap! Are you Lisa? You get water from a well? Chicken gravy or beef gravy? Oh, it depends what you're eating. If I've got potatoes and stuff like that and veg, it'll be beef gravy. But if I'm eating anything chicken wise, then yeah, it'll be gravy. Yeah, or on chips. Then then it's both. I don't really care. Um, so Lisa, do you get water from a well or? And the thing is, you got to be careful. One thing I would say, because of Legionnaire's disease, if they're doing work on the water pipes, right, when you actually start getting water back through, a word of advice is let all your taps run, hot water, cold water. Right, don't use your hot water if you've got no cold water coming through, because boilers and your radiators use obviously water that goes through your boiler, and the boiler receives cold water from the mains. So what I would recommend is that you turn your boiler off, find out if they're doing any work on the pipes, turn your boiler off, right, and then just close the cold valve, the cold water pipe, close it off, and then basically run all your cold water taps for at least 5 minutes, right, until you get clear water. Just saying. Um, it'll be very slowly and silently. They'll start going back into their selling resin crystals and stuff like that. And maybe, yeah, it wouldn't surprise. I wouldn't put it past them to blame Kendra's sickness. Um, and the thing is, they've been on the back foot and they've been doing a 180 for a few weeks now, so it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, she didn't come in hot. I've seen people do better than that. Oh, right, okay. Well, yeah, just make sure you don't use the tap for 5 to 10 minutes, and make sure any water you do drink out of the tap or you give to animals and that, just boil it, let it go cold. Use it, yeah. Spawn, I really enjoyed listening to you talk about sharks. Will you consider another stream that educating us? What about sharks? Yeah, I can. Yeah, if you like. And apparently there was some more. I don't know if it's true or not. Apparently there was more shark attacks in Australia. Who mentioned that? Was that you, Aussie Jen? Um, yeah. Here's the thing. Right, let me make something clear. I don't hate any of them. I just feel sorry for whoever forgot to wear a condom, and I hope they don't reproduce. I really hope they don't reproduce, because after all this court case is done, a lot of people are gonna struggle. That's for sure. A lot of people are gonna struggle, and at the end of the day, the only person who's to blame for that is themselves. If you want fame and glory, then go and jump over the fence of the White House, or, you know, go and hold a duck hostage or something like that. No, I'm only joking. But the fact that a lot of people have been sort of attached to this case are going to struggle to find, unless they do cases all the time. Now, the thing is, when you've got a lot of people doing the same thing, right, you're gonna lose interest. Now, like me, um, I'm going to continue gaming. I'm going to continue putting gaming videos up, You know, and when I do lives are going to be like this. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be about, you know, you're going to get film reviews and stuff like that. And obviously, I'll start bringing people on. But one thing I can say, when I do that, there will be stipulations, there'll be rules, and if people break that, they won't just get kicked off the panel. They'll be getting kicked off out of here as well, because it's not fair on you guys. You guys are coming here to be entertained, to be educated, or to learn different things. And even I learn stuff off you guys as well. You know, it's just like knowing where your line is. Oh, there's animals in Europe that'll kill you as well. That's for sure. I can remember when I was oh God, how old was I? God, where was I? Yeah, I was I was quite young, and I was sitting at my uncle's house, and like, I mean, I think it was around Christmas time because everyone was in the house. There was shed loads of people, and then there was me, my brother, and a couple of other family members sitting in the living room watching the news. And then there was like a breaking news, and it was about a black cat seen in the fields, and they showed a picture of this. Oh, do you? Cheers, that's man. They showed a picture of this cat looking creature, and it was fucking mahoosive. And then suddenly all the conspiracy started. Oh, it's a leopard. Oh, it's a what was it? They said a leopard. Then they said it was oh God, not a light tiger. It was smaller than a mere, not a cat. I can't remember, mountain cat or whatever. And like, I can remember my granddad sitting there, and my granddad was a Spitfire pilot in the Second World War. He was with 11th Squadron down south in Kent, and he turned around. And he went, "That's a fucking leopard. That's broken out of a zoo. They should be arrested and sent back to the zoo and put in a cell for 3 months to learn not to break out of a cell." And I was like, wait, hang on a minute, how the fuck? And then I looked at it again because they had this picture up for quite a while, and it turned out to be a panther. It was actually it was a private owned panther or leopard or whatever, and it belonged to someone privately. And that's when that's when people in in the UK, that's when police and all that, the government said, no, you can't have any type of dangerous animal privately at home unless you are a zoo. And that's why all the zoos in the UK suddenly were overwhelmed with wild animals and snakes and spiders and dangerous animals. And that's why, like, customers, like, yeah, they went to town. Spawn. There was one spotted by several people crossing the road leaving our town. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, I mean, look at badgers. A badger, all right? If you research a badger is the same size as a small house dog. It's fucking huge. And I have come face to face with one of those fuckers when I was doing an OP. And trust me, I was like, and we were on exercise and we were using blanks, and I was ready to take my BFA off. A BFA is a blank firing apparatus. So you put it on the front of your weapon, so you know. So there's you know, when you do fire, it sort of like acts like you're firing live ammo. It just pushes the gas parts back and everything else. It recycles the firing part, so to speak. And I saw this thing, and it must have clocked all of us and the body and the heat, because there was about 5 or 6 of us, because we were like doing an op, and it must have clocked us and went, yeah, I'm not going past there. And it went over the slope, and then it walked right underneath us, and then it walked back up the slope and then into the tree line. And then one of the guys actually woke up because he heard something, and then he looked over and he saw it, and he sort of like panicked a little bit. That fucking the badgers, they're huge. They're not small. Yeah, bears. I've seen some funny videos of bears sitting in people's ponds. They got their little ponds with their goldfish in, and there's a bear sitting in there. Like you, what? I've seen some weird fucking videos of bears. Um, but yeah, here in the UK, we do have snakes as well, non-venomous. Yeah, people scared it, do they? Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. We do have like you know we do have some wild animals over here. The wildest animal, right, are the Essex women. They're the most dangerous animals in this country. So if you ever come to the UK and you go to Essex, uh, yeah, make sure you have got good insurance and make sure you leave your wallet at the hotel. Yeah, because they'll rinse you for everything you've got. I just muted my mic and forgot to turn it. Yeah, Lineage should come with some sort of like national warning or some sort of warning. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Lisa. And here's the thing, like the place where those two those skags live. Apparently, yeah. When who was it who mentioned the loafers, different colours of loafers? That was freaking hilarious. Oh yes, loafers, yeah, yeah. That's fucking hilarious. Can you imagine? Can you imagine just being fucking minding your own business? You moved into a new area, and then suddenly you see someone drive past, smiling at you like with that dirty little smile with the eyes and all that going, and they've got all these loafers all around their freaking golf cart. Holy shit! I'd be going right. Put a sign up. What do you mean? Put a sale sign up. We're selling and we're leaving. I would never ever move into a gated community or a HOA. I would never ever do that. Hell no. If I buy property, it's my property, and no one dictates how I need to live and how. No, no, no. I've already. My next door neighbor here, he got a little bit, funny with me one day. So I just read out the riot act to him, and since then he hasn't spoken to me. He's been very polite, and he knows the score. You tell people where they stand with you, and that's it. But for someone to turn around and tell you, oh, you can't have that flag up, you can't have that tree out there, you can't have that bush, you can't have this, can't have that. Yeah, you wouldn't last long on my doorstep. That's for sure. Loafers, yeah, not loafers, loafers. Loafers. Did I say loafers or loafers? And by the way, if you want to ask questions, carry on. I just changed the picture. You know. Yeah, I know, Ozzy. I know. Scrunches, yeah, crunch. I call them toys. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, it's Facebook is heated up as well. Uh, Oh, that is a fucking awesome number plate. FUBUB. They must have heard of him. That's just brilliant. Wait, no way. Who the hell put that picture up? Fan? Yeah, in regards to that clinical provided application, I'm looking at the USF Health letter. Yeah, you can tell it's all. Wait, looking for a washing machine, any brand, as long as it works. Oh. Wait, hang on a minute. If you're looking for a washing machine, I mean, with all the money the fleas have dragged in, you should be able to buy a new one. So why you guy always on the grift? Can't go out and do your own dirty work. I tell you, Facebook. That group is fucking hilarious. That group is so funny. That is funny. And here's the best thing. On the 5th of February, it's Judge Davis. And he doesn't play around either. Ha! That's going to be hilarious. That's going to be hilarious. Yeah. Oh, God, this is fucking hilarious. Wait a minute, what's this? Looking at SMS, need a 500 dump truck loads of flour just to find the wet spot. Yeah, then you need to tie a plank around your leg so you don't disappear. If you say hello and you hear hello, 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 then tie a plank around your legs. Yeah, because then at least then you're safe. So no one has got any more questions? No? Oh, I was expecting some questions, but hell. Oh my God, Lisa, Jesus Christ. Rolled up duvet. See, I don't pay attention for 2 minutes, and you guys are already. So, let me ask you a question, and let me put a poll up because no, not that type of poll before you start coming out with these comments. There you go. I have now put Lisa loved that nickname. I've got to run, bro. The market's open. Yeah, yeah. Dirt. See you later, buddy. Yeah, keep safe, be safe, and yeah, talk to you soon, fella. All right. Thanks very much for coming in, and have a good day. Have a good day now. Oh wow, wow. I've got one. Is it one person or two people? More variation, right? Okay. I've got one person. No. Um, well, we'll find out. 7 votes. That's not bad for 7 of you. And I've already got 50-30 or 50-20 and 30. Okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if you've got people outside, who, my fans, voting as well. So please feel free to vote if you like. It's free. That's just insane. This whole fucking thing is insane. I mean, I could sit here and talk until I'm blue in the face. It'll never actually, it'll never justify the level of crap ever. Oh, and by the way, a few other films that I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at Nosferatu, sorry. I'm going to be looking at Mufasa, the Lion King, see what that's like. And then there's going to be other films that I'm going to be looking into. Yes. I mean, Venom, The Last Dance, that's actually quite a good one. That is actually quite a good one. And it's got a very interesting ending as well. I've already seen that one. Fucking a pile of mention. I think of a pile of rust shavings and a skeletal Preston scraping up. Skeletor, yeah. Skeletal lizard. Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. What do you think Lynette's gonna do when she loses the case? And would there? I mean, what ramifications will be there? I mean, with the behavior and the evidence that's there, will she be forced to take a psychological evaluation? Can that happen in America? Do you Americans do that? Do the Americanese actually do that, or is it just me thinking we're having a lucky day? And like I said, just so you know, guys, on a community post, you can now comment on the um, um, in regards to what games you want me to look into, what films you want me to look into. Yeah, so feel free to do so. So, well, that's interesting. That 31% of you want more variation. Okay, we can do that. I think mental health would be a good idea to get involved. Uh, yeah, Diana wouldn't surprise me, and Lisa, yeah. I mean, the fact that she's 63, by the time the girl is 15, right, she'll be 78 years old. She can't even look after her now. So what's she going to be like when she's that old? But hopefully the courts will reopen the adoption papers and actually investigate that. Hi, Night Owl. How you doing? Well, Mama Joe, if if they do sell that property, I think that by law, Jeremy has to inform the new buyers about any conflicts or anything. So you know, and like he said, you know, like he mentioned about the encroachments. Well, if she says it from a mental issue, then they would ask for an evaluation. Well, she has, Mrs. Wright. She has stated that she has a disability. I mean, if it's a physical disability, then why the fuck can she run like that and jump and all that on uneven ground? If you've got a bad back, why is she able to pick up stuff the way she did? I think there's a lot of bullshittery going on. You know, but then again, I'm just an observer. Right, I need to take that from there, and I need to put it. Wait a minute. Ah, there you go. All right. In 1 second. Just doing something here. Oh, angled. I didn't know that. Yeah. So, she's doing okay. She's very busy. She's very busy. She knew that I was going to be busy today as well. So I do know that the hate PR team and BBB have done more damage to LP. I don't think she realised how much opening up and Yeah, that's for fact. That is for fact. The combination of what they've done is basically basically thrown her into the flames for sure. Hi, Nashawa. Hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Um, and also, it doesn't help her going into the stream and talking about going on a cruise or buying crystals and stuff like that, where she should be spending her money on getting that barnuminium done, getting stuff fixed, and that. Nashawa, he's been doing that from day one. He's been arguing, insulting, attacking. He's been doing that from day one. Hell, he started it with me. Well, then again, I did poke him, and I expected him to do that, and that's why he made so many mistakes, and that's why I caught him out. All you have to do is go and watch the first couple of videos, the Otter Gate Saga Part 1 and 2, or the Truth Part 1 and 2, to start off with, and you'll soon get like a story, a background. The guy is an absolute idiot. He likes dishing it out, but he doesn't like receiving it. That's for sure. Oh, look at that. I've already got my first thumb down. Thank you. Oh, God, I love it when my fans are outside watching. Thanks for the views. Appreciate it. You're not doing anything. You're not damaging anything. You know that, don't you? Just saying. And guys, if you haven't if you haven't hit that like button, right, please do. Yeah, and thanks very much for everyone who's subbed, and welcome to the community. Everyone is welcome here, as long as you behave yourself, as long as you respect each other. He likes going after female. Yeah, I mean, the way he treats females, the way he treats women, from what I have seen, he's just a fucking spineless prick. Sorry to say it is like that, but you know, I don't see him. I don't see him talking to men like that, because once he does and he gets a response, he soon disappears. He did it to me, and when I called him out on it, what did he do? He pulled his tail between his legs and done a runner. Yeah, he's a persona non grata. Yeah, where's that from? That's from John Wick, isn't it? You are persona non grata. Oh, don't worry, Diana. That thumbs down doesn't harm me one bit. Actual fact, I appreciate it, because that's what haters do, and that's what people who can't stand the fact that there are going to be people who are not going to be beaten around the bush, and at least they're giving me a view and watch hours as well. You know, so we should be grateful for these idiots. You know, we should be very grateful for these idiots who will sit there. And by the way, there's 61 of you in here, and there's only 49 thumbs up. Oh, let me. But yeah, I'm enjoying. Do you know what? Like at first, I wasn't. I thought I wasn't going to enjoy the interaction that I was having. When I first started live streaming, but now I'll be honest with you, I really enjoy it. I'm glad I've met so many nice people. Unfortunately, some people have decided not to continue interacting because of my viewpoint, or because they whine and cry because I cough. But that's their choice. You know. And that's the type of mentality I've got. If you're going to act like that, then don't be here. No one's stopping you. No one's holding you against your will. Cynthia, Profime, hi. Long time no see. Haven't seen you for a while. Oh, actually, when did I last saw you? When did I see you? God, I can't remember when that was. Yeah, not sure. Not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. You can chill out, chillax, and listen in, and you know, um, yeah, and just hi, Teresa Greer. I'm recognizing. Why do I recognize you too? Where do I? Is it Megan's and Tug's stream? Wait a minute. I reckon. Yeah. My brain's just gone. Yeah. Good morning, Teresa. How you doing? Yeah. Actual fact, funny talking about Teresa. Teresa and Brett are the most nicest people I've ever known. They are so nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 I don't visit those streams anymore. Well, I do when I've got time. Um, I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, I enjoy. I mean, Tug makes me laugh sometimes. Sometimes I'm like when he's talking, when them guys are talking, right? I find it really funny because sometimes I just imagine Tug laying down reclining his chair and just sitting there smoking a cigar and then just chatting away and yeah, it's just brilliant. Yeah, no, Cynthia, listen, you are always welcome in here. You all are, you know. And if I'm like, I try to, the thing is, I know that if I go live early in the morning, I know for a fact you guys are in the world of Zeds. But if I go live around this time, like 12, 1 o'clock afternoon, you know, so it's 5 o'clock, you know, it's 5 hours. East Coast is 5 hours. Then you got 6, 7 hours. So I try to go, usually I like to go live around this time because then everyone's got the chance to come in and chill out and just talk and that. Um, but what was I going to say? But you know, sometimes I go live because I need to get shit off my chest or I need to talk, need to mention something. Uh, Calculated, covert, narcissistic person. They are the most dangerous. I should know. I lived with one for 20 years. I have years. It's taken 5 years to get to where I am now. Well, Night Owl, trust me, you're going to be all right here. Yeah. Not sure why I don't give out my information. Sorry about that. I do apologize, but I don't give out any. I don't give out my email or anything. You know, so and I hope that's not. I hope you don't take offence to that. Well, Night Owl, I'm sorry that you spent 20 years going through that. And talking about narcissists, it's really strange when people like to use labels. But one thing I've noticed over the last few months, people will label people with that and not understand what actually a narcissist is. And the fact that a narcissist is a person who will cause a problem and wait for you to get angry and then respond, but then blame you for getting angry. Hi, Miss PJ. And that's one of the symptoms of a narcissist. That's how a narcissist works. All in all. And you know, I'm not gonna you know I'm not going to label people with stuff. But one thing I can say is that people will use whatever they can to outdo other people. You know, oh, I'm better than you, or you know, or some shit like that. You know, and the thing is, it's like when Miss Spawntrooper and I, when we have an argument, right? I will listen to what she says, and then she'll listen to what I say. We'll then spend 5 minutes away from each other, and then we'll kiss and make up. You know, because at the end of the day, if you say something just to get a reaction from someone, then you shouldn't be anywhere near that person. You know, if you're in a relationship and you're poking that bear and you're pressing those buttons deliberately just to get a reaction so you can play the victim, you know, that person should be as far away from you as you possibly can get away from them. Spawn, what are you going to do with Jeremy's stuff? David, what do you mean? What am I going to do with Jeremy's stuff? Or what do you mean, fella? Don't understand what you mean, mate. Sorry, either I'm not with it today. Yeah, so I apologize if I'm not understanding what you're saying. Uh, David, what do you mean, fella? What do you mean? Wrote you going what Spawn? What are you going to do with Jeremy's stuff? Do you mean like content in regard to that? Oh, Germany. Yeah, like I said, that's not going to be discussed because there's a lot of stuff in there that um, has to do with other people, and yeah, that's not going to be discussed. And the thing is, and also at the end of the day, we need to get permission from the person. And if the person doesn't want to have it discussed or doesn't want to be, you know, uh, discussed about, then no, it's okay, David. Then it's not going to happen, and I'm going to respect that. Because all I can say is that Lynette's behavior in that situation is exactly what she's done here in the States. Exactly. Right. And she made false allegations against someone. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Other than that, I'm not going to mention anything about Germany. It's not my place to do so. Unless the person who's given me the information or given us the information states, yes, go ahead and talk about it and then publicize it. Other than that, um, I'm not going to discuss it. I'm not gonna have my integrity and my ethics questioned. If I don't get permission, then from that individual, if it comes out publicly, if it's publicized, then you can discuss it. You're welcome, David. And I do apologize for not being able to, yeah. So I apologize for that. He's on his phone. Good morning. Yeah. Well, good morning again, Noshawa. Noshawa. Is it Noshawa? No, or Noshawa? And we got Miss PJ in the house. Whoop whoop. Why the hell did I just do that? Whoop whoop. It's the police. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Ooh. Scully, I'm getting messages. Well, that's a 2-day job done. What do you mean? If it's not related, to be honest with you, you're on Facebook, aren't you, Nashua? Something needs to remain unsaid, especially when it can cause more harm than change or nothing. Exactly, Kathy. Exactly. And there's a lot of stuff that's being said that has not. Have you seen the series that came out with the John Wick theme, the Continental? Anyone seen that? Nah, that you should check that out. Actual fact, hang on a minute. One second. No shower. Just a quick question. Does Beerbird ring a bell? Yeah, John Wick, yes. Apparently, you can buy the person who supplied the weapons. Someone actually created the real versions of all 4 weapons he used, and you can get it in a box, and it's got the coins in there, it's got the weapons in there. Yeah. Oh. Oh, interesting. Wow, that's it. Mel Gibson is okay, but I prefer. Right, sorry, what was I doing? I have wolves all over my home. Love wolves. I tell you one thing: wolves are the best pack animal you'll ever come across. If a wolf accepts you, that's good. If you're going to have a wolf, make sure it's female. Because if you have a male wolf will always challenge seniority. He will always challenge you for pack lead. Yes. No show out. Check messages. Well, we're doing well on the poll. Been up 28 minutes and we've got 31 votes. AVA. Hey, how you doing? AVA. AVA's here, people. AVA's here. Uh-oh, AVA's here. If you don't know about AVA, guys, go and check him out. Go and send him some love. Exactly the same love you send me. Oh, Cynthia, I can't wait. I can't wait. I mean, I watched the live stream with Hales and her, and like, I missed the other one. I think it was last night or something. So I'm going to go and catch up on that one. But Megan is a ninja. Is a ninja, and I got a lot of respect for her. I mean, I doubt very much I will ever reach the level, let alone But there's a lot that was said the other night that, funny enough, I said months ago, but that's by and by. But the fact of the matter that you know one thing I did like, right, the whole stream, one thing I did like is that Jeremy and George seemed a little bit more relaxed. You need to go into what you call it. You need to go, if you go into your messages, right, and then go into and then click on Open Messenger, and then go to the three dots at the top and look at message requests, and you will then find, you'll have message requests up there. You may know, and then you got spam, so it's worth checking there. If you ever get messages from people you don't know, that's the place to go. That's where you'll find them. Yes. Autobots, roll out. Oh, bloody hell. Who put that post up? Wait a minute. So since James Sunday Live, Bagger Group story of lies debunked by President of all, Fox Not Northport story of Haiti not being sick, Stephanie Sauls debunked, MPA's source debunked, MP selling toys, Holly Jolly Christmas debunked, scammers debunked. I mean, how delusional do you have to be? Where's it? There's no screenshots. There's no screenshots whatsoever. So how can you I like the fact that he went, please stop falling for his bullshit and BS daily. What do we say? I mean, Jesus Christ, every time when the fleas wake up, the moment they open their mouth, hi Ali, the moment they open their mouth, right, they need to be, their arse is already contacting a lawyer, ready to sue their face because of the amount of shit that comes out of their face. Their mouth. Yes, 4 more days, and then you got Uncle Trump. I mean, what I find quite interesting is the person who took the picture, right? Sorry, the person who took the picture is Dutch. Vendeluk Versenden Dellen. Well, so dankjewel, Leslie. Dankjewel. There you go. Miss P, all the information coming out on the child needs to go to the state and get it. Well, not just that, Miss P. Not just that, PJ. It needs to go to the CPS because the CPS need to be aware of the what's the word for it? What's it? It starts with a D. Oh, come on, brain. What? There's a word for it. The discrepancies in everything that's been said about the child's health, right, needs to go to CPS because now you can't hide the fact that there are discrepancies, there are lies, there documents are being publicized that could be come into question. Why do you turn comments off after the stream? I am mostly on replay crew because of it like timing. Kathy, the reason I turn it off is because one is exactly this. People can comment when in on live stream. And plus, like from observation and everything else, I prefer not to have it because the comments are popping up everywhere, and there's a lot of idiots out there who spoil it for everyone else. So therefore, I turn the comments off for live streams. And if people want anything to say, or if they got anything to say, they can come into the live stream. Or if I put up a community post, and it's topic specific, then they can post there. But other than that, um, they need to come in. It's the way I've set it up. I hope it doesn't offend you. I hope that you're not upset about that. But I appreciate your question. You know, um, and I hope I'm not in the doghouse for that. And you're not the first person. You're not the first person who's asked, and it's just the way I like it. So Trump promised to tell us about the drones in the first week of him taking office. Can't wait to be told the U.S. government was just testing us again. It was our own government. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, AVA. We'll see what happens. Personally, oh, oh wow. No, wait. No, not sure. That's not it. Kathy, I again, I apologize, and I hope that, I probably might. What I'll do, I mean, I am thinking of sort of like doing live streams around or 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon GMT time. That makes it about 10 o'clock US time, Eastern Coast. Um, yeah, and then basically do my 2, 3 hours, and then um, because I've just hit 3 hours now. So which means you know what that means, don't you? Hope when the case is done, the judge will get someone to look. Well, I mean, the thing is, I mean, you're not sure. I've already messaged you. You just need to look for it. Yeah, Doris. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. That's for sure. It's definitely going to be an interesting one because at the end of the day, something needs to be done. I mean, this whole thing is gone way out of control. There's too many discrepancies to now hide the fact that there could be falsehoods going on about the child's health, um, and regardless of what the fleas or those idiots say. Oh, uh, Librarians. No, I know how to break out of a doghouse. I am well trained in the ninjaing of getting out of doghouses. I just take a drill with me. um, yeah. Right, Belinda. Catch replay beautiful taters. Be blessed to you all. Lots of love, Belinda, and have a nice rest. And I'll see you soon. And be nice and relax and chillax. I'd sing to you, but I don't think you'd handle that singing. I think I'd get sued for assaulting people's ears. Here's the thing. We're going on about fleas and stuff like that. Here's the thing. Has anyone actually thought about the fact? Oh yes, Miss PJ. There's definitely falsehoods. There's definitely something wrong about that adoption, big time. Has anyone actually thought about the fact that those compounds, that caravan and everything else, the shed and everything, you literally have to take everything and clean everything and do a full cleanup because of the lice and the fleas. So how is it that how do we know that they haven't got fleas and lice still there? How about that child is covered in lice or fleas? I mean, does anyone know? What about the fleas literally went down there? All those people who went to that property, how do you know they didn't catch fleas or Because here's the thing, lice, right? They can jump, fleas jump, lice jump, and if you've got kids playing with each other, right, lice transfer. If I be nice, it would ruin my Belinda, behave yourself. Yeah. One thing I do know is that crap, my ear infection has come back. That's for sure. It's really weird. I get a cold, the cold goes away, then I got a bit of a blocked nose and a cough, and my ear infection comes back. That is weird. So yeah, but anyway, uh, I keep thinking about the rotten garbage and the maggots. Yeah, this is why I was saying about the property, like the sheds, and because there's so much crap in these sheds, how do you know that there's no vermin in there? This is, and I don't think a lot of people have actually take realize that. Wait a minute. The walrus said she sat in the truck for hours. I wonder why. Smell, feel for yeah. It wouldn't surprise. I think the hypocrisy is blatant. And the fact that she had a picture taken with that young child in that car, considering all the hype that Lynette has done over the months, and God knows how long, about no one should be anywhere near that child. I mean, talk about hypocrisy. I mean, you can't make this shit up even if you tried. Yeah, I heard about that cafe. It was basically considered like a dump, and I've seen the pictures of what it looked like previously. And that mount that's over there. That's the septic flea, whatever it's called. Now, as far as I'm concerned, oh crap! I just received a long message here. Sorry, I just sent. Um, Spawn, grateful of cider vinegar every day. Work for your cold. It does make. Funny you said that. I had a shitload of vinegar on my chips last night, and I'll be honest with you. That cleared my fucking nose up. That's for sure. In areas of water table was high. Now I've got right. Okay, I'm going to ask you Americans something. Now, what will happen? Question of interest. We all know that they only used one bag per post of that fence. All right. Now, here's a question. The next storm or hurricane that comes through that property, how long do you think that fence is going to stay up? Mm, not for long. Not for long. But anyway, guys, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? What's going to happen now is that basically you all need to put your shoes and get dressed, get all your stuff and belongings, and make sure that you've put all your rubbish away, and make sure that you have got all your belongings and start making your way to the exit because in 2 minutes this bar is going to be closed. Oh, hang on a minute. Cynthia, you had question? Not done yet. I think Cynthia had a question. Oh, right. Okay. So you don't, right. Okay. If you don't have a question, then yeah, let's go back into timing. So you got 2 minutes to type your question in, and then yeah. But anyway,